Well, that was a bit pointless. Just had a shoot. Um, wasn't bad. Just a complete waste of my time. I don't want to really go into the specifics of it, but um, had a very well planned out shoot, specific shots. Discussed all of it. Was all squared away, and then the person I worked with kind of came in with a completely different idea and just sort of railroaded the whole thing. Um, yeah, just like it's basically just wasting my time. Like looking at the footage, I'm like, this is there's nowhere near the vision I was working for, what I was looking for, and it's good, but not what I'm working on. So it's kind of it's a why bother shoot, basically. So have a beer if you guys see that. Well, this is the Jive Espresso Stout, oatmeal milk stout. From 2 Years Brewing Company in Seattle. Not bad. Aside from that, had a good afternoon. I'm going to have some pho or pho, but it's pho, with a couple friends from my hometown who were in Seattle for the day. Probably haven't seen them in 10 years. So it was a really great time just catching up. The woman, she's going to film school, which is really, really cool. So we had, going to tell me the experience of that. I'm really excited for her. And her partner, well, he's the same guy. He's always been just fantastic. And then got to see her son again, or their son again, who I haven't seen in years. And he's a 22-year-old man now. His girlfriend's there. I'm like, I just remember him being like, a kid for most of his life. Definitely one of those moments like, oh my god, I feel old. Like, I remember you were this tall. And now as a full-grown adult, with a low voice and facial hair and the whole deal. And it's like, oh, Jesus. But it was a great time to catch up with the two of them. It definitely, made the day a good day. Despite the fact that I completely wasted my time this evening on a crap shoot. So, hopefully, I have probably working on it tomorrow with another person. Hopefully that works out to be better, a little more artistically fulfilling, a little more interesting. Because really stuff I shot today, I don't know what I'm doing with it. I won't delete the footage because hard drive space is cheap, but it's one of those I don't even know if it's worthwhile editing it. I don't know if it's worthwhile correcting it. It's just kind of it ended up being a really weird dance piece. It was just kind of this is not any of the theme that we discussed. Yeah, just a really pointless thing. Oh well, it happens. I think anybody who works in the arts, when you're collaborating with people, you have those days where it just turns into, because collaboration is, you're agreeing upon a vision. That's the whole thing. It's some of it's yours, some of it's theirs, but it's generally it's a melding of artistic ideas. And sometimes that just does not happen for whatever reason. You're working with somebody and their ideas override yours, or just they just don't see what you're trying to do. So you get those moments where you're like, this is it's crap. We might just turn into a pile of B-roll for stuff. I don't know, but we'll see. For the time being, though, I don't know what my plans are this evening because I was planning on working a lot later than I am, and I worked about 2 hours early because I was planning on working until 7, and I ended up being done at 5. A few friends were out earlier watching the football game, which was disastrous, and I don't know if they're still out. I got a couple calls in, and trying to coordinate my schedule with a few other friends in town to even catch up. I just found one of my friends had their house burned there last night, so that's turned into a thing because they were robbed. So I don't know if I'm going to see her or not. And then a couple of friends are they're trying to get their schedule for the week, whether they're heading out of town and stuff. So it's kind of turning a little bit up in the air, which always happens when I come to Seattle. It's always kind of a bit of an up in the air thing. People have their lives. I don't ask them to stop things because I'm in town because I sort of stopped my life when they were in LA. I'm like, I got shit going on, and if I hang out, I will. But like, so we'll see what happens. But for the time being, though, I'm going to finish my brew and finish watching the video I was watching a couple minutes ago, which is the Real Talk on Jared Poland's channel. There's I don't know if you guys ever watch Jared Poland, but it's Frodo's Photo. Really cool, actually, photography channel. But his two like cohorts are taking over and doing, normally it's REAL Talk. Or no, sorry, Raw Talk, RAW. It's about camera raw. But he's out of town, so his two video cohorts are doing Real Talk, so talking about film stuff. So it's kind of fun. So I'm gonna finish that, but I will either be back later if something pops up this evening, or this might be it. If this is it, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, I'll see you guys later. All right, I'm back for a quick update with a Legion Space Dust. I just got back from the theater and went and saw the Last Jedi. And I'm not giving you guys a review right now. Not going to do any spoilers here. But what I will say is I'm not sure what to think of it. Which has kind of been my vibe for pretty much everything since the original trilogy. Starting with all of George Lucas's... glasses are all kind of foggy here. I think I've got like popcorn grease on them or something. Like I dropped a kernel in my glasses in the theater. A little better. Anyway, so it's kind of the vibe I've had ever since like George messed with the original series and started doing all the edits on him. It's kind of and it almost kind of felt like it almost felt like watching Lost, like the end of Lost. You're like, a lot of things were kind of left hanging. Now I get there's a trilogy and all that stuff, but there's a lot of things that felt like the big questions. Just kind of went, and next. We'll just ignore that. We'll just whatever, doesn't really matter. But that's kind of central question they asked in the last episode, so it's a little odd. I need to see it again before I really kind of make my proper opinion on it. But yeah, it's I just don't know what to think. I really don't. It's just it was good. Like I thought pacing action wise, it was better than the last one. Actually, I preferred over The Force Awakens. But I'm still kind of left kind of like going, did I like it? Was it good? I don't really know. It wasn't bad. Just kind of don't really know. I also had a little bit of thoughts about my shoot earlier, kind of put a little more in perspective. While I am fairly ambivalent towards the footage I shot, I think it's actually a kind of a good exercise because it's kind of almost like a camera test, because I ran 3 cameras while shooting. So I have a chance to look at three different angles, 3 different footage, and really see like what I can and cannot do with each of these cameras. So in that sense, not too bad. I looked at some of the footage, wasn't crazy, but I'm looking at one of the other 2 cameras in a couple minutes here and see if like the one camera was operating handheld, so that one I know like what it looks like. But I look at the other camera I had at a slider, because I was running a little motion slider going on, and we'll see how that the focus track of that one and just how the overall look is to the footage. Trying to shoot log format and everything, but really the Sonys are such a pain in the ass to get to look good with S-Log. I just do not know what the trick is. I'm trying. Everything I do is like, whereas the GH5 is like, looks great when shooting S-Log. Shooting V-Log. For some reason I can't get the Sonys to like really pop yet, so I'm going to take a look at this other camera and see if this is better. Hopefully. But with that, I shall see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode in Seattle of cold, wet, and windy. Bye.